I'm making progress with the beams, but today I'll tell you about the new solar system I bought and installed temporarily. Hi everyone! In the recent years you can buy pretty cheap used solar panels. I bought 20 panels, each 290 watt. One panel cost me $50. They have a warranty about for 20 years. They will still produce 80%. These are 12 years old, and my test gave me about more than 90% of the usage, of the original usage. Pretty good. I'm very glad I actually already installed solar panels. I have now enough power. I can run all the tools off the battery. I actually even could run the welding of the battery. And I'm getting a lot of experiences before I install it finally. This solar system, it's getting me cheaper than going on the grid. On the grid, they tell me just the first pole will cost me around $5,000. They need at least 2 poles. Yeah. For the battery, I bought used Nissan Leaf, the Nissan Leaf batteries. They're very popular. Those are actually not used batteries but stored very long, so Nissan telling they guarantee 70%, they hold 70%. I tested my battery after some cycles. I tested about 90%, actually 92%. Pretty good, and with the BMS it's just cost me $820. New Tesla batteries costed the same size, about $7,000. I'll show you inside the batteries. Okay, here we are. These are the Nissan Leaf batteries. These are two 48 volt batteries with a total 7,000 kilowatt hours. You can see the BMS, the battery management control. This is actually this motherboard. This company produced this motherboard extra for the Leaf, Nissan Leaf batteries. It's very convenient. To charge the battery you need a battery charger. There is a lot of cheap Chinese battery charger out there. I don't trust them. I bought a more expensive one. I hope he hold it. And yeah, you never want to go onto the limit from the ratings. You always want to give some room. This is the inverter. Invert from the 48 volt DC battery to 110 AC. He has 5000 watt with a surge of 10,000 watt. It's not very big, but in the future for the house I will have several inverters. You cannot have them in parallel, but what you can do is you can have them in I have several or 2 or 3 circuits in the house. So one are for the big machines, one are for the lights. So if you turn on a heavy machine, so it won't affect the circuit from the lights. And finally, this is the 110 to 220 volt inverter. I need this for the pump. If you have any questions, technical question or whatever question, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment.